Hey guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 house building video. This one is a little bit different. This is kind of a semi part 1. I'm not going to call it part 1 because I don't know that there's ever going to be a part 2. And the fact that I don't know if this will ever be finished. I want to finish it, but I can't promise that because we all know how well I am at finishing projects I've started. Hotel, Big Brother house, a Lunar Island, just to name a few examples. Hey, so this I built this a long time ago, actually. I originally built this on a live stream, and it was based off an image that someone had sent me on Twitter or somewhere, and then I found the original source, which I will link below if I remember the original source, because there's a few other images that the original creators of this design made, and it looks amazing. Anyway, so the really simple concept, and I'll put it up on screen as well. Actually, that makes sense. I'll do that too. The simple concept was 3 cubes in the forest that are homes. That's the idea. So I decided, well, originally I was just building here in Willow Creek, just because I was like, yeah, I'll just build here, that's fine. Then I eventually move it over to Outdoor Retreat, the Granite Falls world, because it looks so good in that sort of, that really nice forest setting. It's exactly where it should be. So these are 3 cubes that are 3 stories high. They're all squares, so hence the cube nature. And you essentially have a big glass wall on the back here looking out, or the front, depending on which way you look at it. But they have the big glass wall looking out over that way. And we have a lot of fun with this. So what I'm building now is the entrance around the back. I guess the idea with these is they're actually like rental properties. You could imagine them as individual homes. Each of them are separate houses that you would rent separately. Obviously, in The Sims 4, that's not how it works. And when you rent this property, you rent all 3. But imagine it that way, And I guess what you could do is just lock the door on the ones that you don't want your Sims to go into. And, just pretend you've only rented one. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to have the entrance on the middle level, because a couple of reasons. I was imagining that, let's pretend that as well, like it's in a mountainy area. So like maybe the lot raises up near the back. So then you sort of enter on the mid level, and the next level sort of sunken down. I thought it would look kind of cool. And I actually gave a really interesting aspect to it as well, which you'll see with this sort of catwalk almost style of section that we are building right here. So we're putting in some fences and half walls, and I was having a lot of fun with it. I just wanted to see, I'm just going to check when I actually originally recorded this, because I can just check on the file creation date. February 12th is when I recorded it. So it's been like 4 months. Essentially, it's been sitting around. Actually, when was my last recording on it? That's probably a better question. Oh, February 13th, like a day later. Okay, so all within like a day, and then I never finished it. So I was actually, when I was building this, I was on a live stream, like I said. When I was building this, I actually had the intent that it would end up in the Selva Dorada world. Like it was sort of going to be designed for that. Then I actually changed my mind because it fit much better in the Outdoor Retreat world. As you can, like, it was designed for a forest, not a jungle, if that makes sense. So I think it fits here anyway. I spent a lot of time on this catwalk, and as you can tell, this is a long video just for exteriors. But the thing is, I do the exterior pretty much in its entirety. Like I landscape the 3 gardens, which have a really interesting aspect to it. Actually, the 3 gardens, they're all separated. And I've just had a bit of a crack. They're all separate, and they're actually sunken down, so they're lowered down. But it's hard to explain. You'll see when we get there. It's pretty cool. And I think it's cool. And oh, by the way, this is available for download on the gallery. Because normally when I have an oh my god, what am I doing? I was about to say uncompleted. I'm sorry, I'm not good with words today because I am recording a bunch of videos before going away to E3 and EA Play. I'm going to be away for like 10 days. It's going to be a lot of fun, but a lot of work to do beforehand. Anyway, I've been recording a lot of videos. I can't say words apparently. So let's just pretend that uncompleted is a word. Normally I don't post incomplete builds just because I'm going to go back and finish them off. And I much prefer sharing my work when it's complete, because it's, it's all packaged together. That's what I want to share. But with this, I don't know that I'm going to finish it. I did start furnishing it, today actually. It was this morning. It's been a long day. Oh god. I started furnishing it today, but I was having a bit of trouble sort of realizing the vision that I had. So I thought, you know what, like let me post this first part of this. Maybe I'll come back and do more. I don't know. No promises. But then I can at least share this to the gallery. You guys can download it and play around with it if you want to. and do your own furnishings. And the idea, and I'll explain them as we go through, because each of the houses has a different sort of theme to them. Like a different kind of guest would stay there is the idea. But we'll get there eventually. Like I'm getting so far ahead of myself. We're barely even begun. We're still doing the entrances around the back. We're still trying to get in. Oh yeah, I wanted to do like a little garage entrance. I thought that'd be cool. It turns out it wasn't cool, and I didn't do that. So I got rid of it. It turns out it wasn't cool, so I got rid of it. I thought a central column idea would be really interesting, like a way as a way architecturally to like sort of support the building. The levels would sort of wrap around it like this, so then you have this sort of overlooking balcony and all that. I did a few things with the interiors, like I did a few little layout ideas and designs, but I by no means like sort of furnished any of them. I did, like I said, I did start on one of them. So there is like, I think there's like a kitchen and like tiniest living room and a bathroom, but that's all there is. So don't expect this to come furnished. There's a few little layout things that I've done, but that's about it. So yeah, I thought this one would be cool to have like a main living space that opens onto the bottom level, especially because the whole idea with this huge like glass wall is like I really wanted to utilize those windows and light up this whole place. Unfortunately, you can see it's still really dark because the lighting doesn't really work that way. It doesn't actually light up that much. You'd think there'd be a little bit more light let in, but yeah, whatever. So here's where I'm designing the way the back garden is going to work. It was kind of, so I've sunken down this whole area. The idea was to make it look like hilly, uneven terrain. So don't think of it as like an excavated area, but more like the terrain sort of just sinks down here a little bit and it's hilly. So that's kind of the idea. But then I obviously built around it in a way that makes it look, it's never going to look natural, but and then I changed the idea because I was like, this is too hard to make this look like terrain. So then it is kind of like it's just excavated, sort of retaining wall style of builds. But so this is what I've done. I've separated each of them. As you can see, I've done these sort of little fences in the middle, I guess fences in air quotes, using half walls as the sort of main divider and separator. And then I've given them each a unique shape. As you can see, like different like diagonal walls here, just have a different look to each of them because I want them all to have their own character rather than just being a copy paste of one another. That was the idea. Like I could easily do 3 of the same build. You'd basically just design one, then just, duplicate rooms over the other side and you'd have the same build 3 times. Boom, easy. Oh, no. This is supposed to be unique and different with each of them. That was the idea. That's what I was trying to do. And that's what we're doing here. So this first build, this was basically the pool build. I think one of the other ones has a pool as well. Like this isn't the only one with a pool, but this one has the pool. Like this place goes off. It's huge. It takes up most of the garden space. This is the party house. You'll see as we move on. I don't want to spoil it too much if you don't know what's coming up, but it's pretty sick. If you like to party, this is where you're going to want to live. So that's I just wanted a huge light pool. Like I imagined like throwing awesome events, people coming in. You just imagine the pool filled with people and party goers. I thought it'd be really cool. And here's where I was trying to, not trying to, I will say, here's where I was succeeding to sort of blend it in with the rest of the terrain. Because I didn't want just a straight wall cut out everywhere. I wanted it to look like it at least had some sort of, like a little cliff edge rather than just a straight basement wall. I think it looks better if we try a little bit to blend it in with the foliage and rocks and natural terrain. At least do our best. So there's a lot of landscaping that goes into this build. Pretty much the rest of this video is doing the gardens, the landscaping, and the exterior. Well, I mean, it is because we don't do any of the interior. So that's exactly what we're doing. Although, having said the thing about furnishing, I guess in a way I do furnish the exterior. Like I do place like tables and barbecues, and I actually build a couple of saunas, which you'll see a little later on. So in a way, I do a little bit of furnishing. Not a huge amount, but there is some here and there. Yeah, this is what it looks like. This is just basically layering plants upon plants upon plants, trying to get it to look like it flows in with one another here, Look at that. It's beautiful. Just getting those all those ferns to drape over the sides. So I was mentioning earlier about going to EA Play, and E3. And if you don't know what those are, I'll explain it right now because I feel like I could have just brushed over them. But now that we're sort of, I think I've explained what I need to about the build. Now I'll point out other things as we go, but I got a bit of downtime here. So EA Play is a yearly event that EA holds, the company that makes the Sims. In case you don't know, I'm just explaining everything. Anyway, so they hold this big event every year where they will showcase and announce their new games that are coming out. So this year, obviously, they announced the Sims 4 Seasons. That's going to be there, playable. I'll be checking that out there, so I'm pretty excited for that. But they've got like Battlefield 5 and all that. So it's a big event where they get a whole heap of content creators from all over the world. I don't even know if this is true, but it's the number I heard. I think someone said 1,000 different, content creators, whether that be not just like YouTubers, but streamers, fan site owners, I guess there's probably musicians in there as well. Like, the whole range of anyone that creates content around, EA and EA games. So they bring them all out. First of all, that's amazing because I get to see a bunch of friends that I've made at other events. It's typically the only time I get to see these people is when there's another event like this on. So I'm super excited for that. But yeah, so that's happening. I'm going along to that. Super excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I will be doing some... Actually, when does this video come? No, this is going to come out. Oh, this will come out while I'm away, actually. So, but yeah, I plan on doing some little vlogs for it. Nothing too crazy. If you don't know, I have a few other YouTube channels. One of which is like a self-titled channel, so it's called James Turner. If you go to my channel page here, I've got all my other channels linked, so you can go check it out there. But I used to do a daily vlog. And I call them vlogs because I'm really cool. But the idea behind it was they were 90 seconds long. Well, between 90 and 100 seconds long. They were entirely shot and edited on my phone and uploaded every day. And it was just a 90-second clip of what I did in a day. And I did that every day for, I think, like 70 something days, I think. And then I've been doing a few others. Like I've been doing a few more, but now they're just like kind of whenever I do something a little bit more interesting. Because it got to the point where... because originally I did the 90-second vlogs because it was really hard to make 90 seconds boring. Like in this day and age, attention span is a little bit lower, and especially because I'm not a vlogger, I'm not really a cinematographer, so I can't make it interesting through cinematography. So I kept it short, I kept it sweet. I only showed the important bits, and that was fun for a while. It was something different and something fun for me to do. And then it just got to the point where it's like I wasn't doing anything, so it kind of just was the same thing every day. But the point of that is I'm going to be doing a few of them while I'm over at this event at EA Play, and also for E3. So I'm going to E3. I'm just doing that after EA Play. So I'm staying there for a few extra days, and I'm going to be playing and live streaming Jurassic World Evolution, which is a new game coming out actually on the first day of E3, I think June 12th. Which is by Frontier, which, if you don't know, that's a company that I work with on my other YouTube channel, Flabberleaky. Yeah, I've got a lot of YouTube channels, by the way, in case you don't know. Where on that channel, I play City Skylines, Jurassic World Evolution now I'll be playing. And I played Frontier's old game, Planet Coaster. So that's how I know them. And if you didn't know, I have a podcast on another channel, which is also linked on my channel, which that podcast, the co-host with me on that, his name is Ed, and he works for Frontier, so that's how I met him. It's cool. There's a whole... I think I need to do like a video just explaining my life. What is my life? Please explain. When anyone ever asks, I'll be like, hey, watch this video. Watch this video that I've made explaining my life. Anyway, so... Yeah, the point is, it's a pretty long... It's going to be a pretty full-on trip. Like, I think almost every single day... There's work to be done. There's an event to go to. Oh, hello. There's my live stream that just popped up. I don't know if you saw that on the recording, but it just popped up with my live stream overlay. Actually, the point was I was going to be live streaming Jurassic World Evolution from the event. So 3 days over E3, June 12th, 11th, June 12th, 13, and 14. I'll be live streaming from the event for 2 hours each day, playing Jurassic World Evolution, because that will just come out. I'm going to streaming it from the show floor. That's going to be really cool. Keep an eye on my Twitter. And my other channel, because that's where I'll be posting about it if you're interested in watching those and coming along. I can't remember exactly what times those are, but I'll post about it closer to the date. So, but hey, if you're watching this in the future, don't worry about it. But I'll try. I don't typically like to talk about things that are very time sensitive in these videos, because I know people will watch house build videos many years in the future. So I'll stop being so topical. But anyway, that trip coming up. So that's why I'm recording this. This is like my... actually, this is only the 5th video today that I've done. So it's not too crazy today. But doing quite a few videos over the past couple of days. So that's why. Anyway, in the background, as I was building, I've done a bunch of stuff. So originally, I wanted to do like this little island. The idea was to have this little island with a hot tub on it because I thought, oh, that'd be so cool. I still think it's a cool idea, but it looked really dumb and it didn't really work. I didn't have enough space to make it look how I wanted it to. So I completely changed that idea. Well, not completely changed it. There's still a hot tub in that house, but I mix it up a little bit. Yeah, so the second house, which you might have seen as well, which we'll go back to when we detail it a little bit more, that has like the waterfall pool, which I thought was really cool. So we had like this 2-story pool, and we had those sort of spa day waterfall things in the middle of it. So it kind of looks like the water's like flowing over the edge into the other pool. I thought that was really awesome. And then the first house is the party house. So the middle house is kind of like... that's almost like a, not a, actually no, it's the middle, no, this one on the end here is the family house. So, well, a family / entertaining house. This one has like a lot of entertainment stuff. So like the hot tub is one of the things it has a huge barbecue and outdoor dining area as well on this one. And the lower section has like all the, well, you'll see, we had a whole bunch of entertainment based stuff. Then the middle one, I think it's just kind of a regular, well, not regular. It's more of just like a luxury style home. So it has, the waterfall pool, which is a huge luxury. That'd be awesome. And it has a bunch of other really cool things, which we'll be adding more of as we go further. We still got a long way to go. We're only like halfway through this video right now. So lots of greenery, lots of plants and all of this, as you can see, because we're in the forest. So I was like, it makes sense to have a lot of that. So we're going to keep adding stuff on as we see fit. And this is basically having a little green roof too, which I thought would be nice because then you can sit in the hot tub, you'd be shaded, you'd be covered in, and I think that'd be so nice to sit in that hot tub. I haven't been in a hot tub in years. I don't remember the last time I was in one. I would have been a kid, I think. Oh man, I gotta go to a hot tub again. Does anyone have a hot tub they can come over and use? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll pop around and jump in. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so this whole exterior area is like, I spend so much time in all these gardens and all these like sort of entertaining spaces, and I think it looks really cool in the end. I'm super pleased with the results with all of this. But also, I'm wondering if this will be of any use to anyone. Because sometimes I build things and I'm like, I wonder if people actually use this, like in the sense that this was obviously originally designed as like a holiday destination. So it'd be an outdoor retreat, or I guess Selva Dorada. Although I don't think Selva Dorada has any lots that are big enough for this, because this is a 64 by 64, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think it'd actually fit that. Like, I think this replaced the park lot in outdoor retreat. Yeah, so I wonder, will any of you guys actually use this as a holiday destination, or would you just chuck it in a normal world, or just use it at all? Because it is kind of strange in the sense that it's got, the 3 homes. It's a very specific use case. I mean, what you could do, I guess, is if you downloaded it, because it's not furnished, if you downloaded it and then furnished one of the houses and then just like blacked out the other 2, in the sense that you just paint the walls and floors black so it looks like you can't see in, a la Sims 3 style, when you couldn't see into a tomb or into a neighbor's apartment. I think that was kind of similar in the Sims 2. Oh no, I think in Sims 2 you could see, but they had the furniture disappear or something like that. So you could do it like that. You could play it that way, so you could pretend there's stuff in there. Because I guess realistically, if you're going to be playing with this, there's no point furnishing all 3 of them. But there is a point in finishing the exteriors because you can see those. So, I mean, I guess you could, you know what? If you use this lot, take a photo of it, like take a screenshot in game, send it to me on Twitter. I want to see this being used. And if I get no screenshots, I'll assume no one uses it. So, I mean, fair enough. Which would be good, because that means I wouldn't have wasted any more time furnishing it if no one uses it. Kids, otherwise I'd be wasting a lot of time. So I was actually putting all these vines all over the sort of catwalk and fencing back here, because first of all, I think it looks awesome. But I had to do it on both sides, because these particular ivy, I think it's ivy, these particular items, you can only see them from one side, which is actually a really good thing normally, because if you put it on an exterior wall, that means when you look from the inside, you don't see it, and it doesn't get in your way. So that's really good. But when you have it outside like this, and we want to have it visible from both sides of the catwalk, inside and out, it means we have to actually place 2 of them to get the complete look of it. Now, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with windows and all this place because I wanted the downstairs to be, well, the downstairs has to be kind of private because there's no, well, like, I don't want people just walking past and looking in. And then the second level was our entrance level, which I only put doors on around the back, as you saw. And then the top level, I think, did the top level have windows? I think the back of the house is it's pretty blank in terms of windows. They're all round the big glass wall side. That's pretty much where everything is. But I think now we're going to start getting into the meat and potatoes of the sort of outdoor design and landscaping in terms of, well, not landscaping. Actually, is it still considered landscaping? Outdoor furnishings. I mean, we're still building stuff. So like down here, I wanted to have a nice seating area. The only problem I had with this big party, because it's the party house. The only problem I had with it is there wasn't a lot of room down by the pool. Just because obviously the whole lot is taken up by a pool. So we had a look. We had a bit of room for seating there. And also it's kind of dangerous because if this was to be a big party home and you're drinking a lot of juice, you could easily trip down those stairs or like trip over that little half wall. But you know what? I'm not liable. You have to sign a waiver when you walk into this house. You have to sign away any physical injuries caused by architectural design. I waive my rights. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and I had a little bit of fun with this one. So we get in this little seating area down there, and then, oh man, I can't wait until we get to see what I do with the pool, because that's the best bit. I think it's the best bit. Again, carrying on the leafy and green motif here, making sure everything is looking lovely and lush. Like, again, like this is part of nature. This whole place is supposed to feel like, in a way, it's supposed to feel like the gardens are very, very much a part of nature. Like they're very much integrated with all the rock and the stone and all the plants and foliage. But then the houses are supposed to be a stark contrast to that because they're the literal big concrete cube. So we've got 3 of those. They're supposed to be this big stark contrast. That's why I wanted the gardens to feel like a much more integrated natural part of it to contrast that. So we also have obviously the pools. So we have like natural waters and foliage and rocks and stones. And that was kind of the idea there. Now here I was trying an experiment. Like I remember this actually on the live stream just because it took me so long to do it. And I was like, I wonder what this would look like if we covered these waterfalls with rocks to try and make it look a little bit more natural. It turns out, and you'll see, it doesn't look very good. It turns out it doesn't end up looking very good. So I decided not to do it. But the thing I remember talking about this in the live stream because like not everyone. There was a few people getting like, stop doing this. It looks so bad. I'm like, whoa. Hold your horses. Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like first, and then we can decide. And that's the thing. Sometimes you have to try things to see if it works or not. If you don't try it, then you don't know. I think I was gonna do it all the way along the top, but then I only left it on the side bit. I think I leave it there. So I did leave the rocks over on that side, but we didn't go along the top because going along the top looked really bad. So in the end, we actually had something out of it. So we got something. We got a few rocks in there, which is quite good. And then again, lots of plants here, keeping it nice, green and leafy. It also means if you trip, you fall into a bush rather than onto concrete. So that's good. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, no worries. And then we got this little pathway coming down the side. Hey, this one's actually kind of safe. I actually have a fence there. Because I wanted to do stuff around the back, but I didn't want to have stairs going down and then stairs coming back up again because that seemed a little unnecessary. So I just did a little walkway that goes around the back of this one. And when do we get over to the stupid... when do we get back to the party house? The party house turns out awesome. It's going to be a while. There's a lot of landscaping in this build. More of the good old ivy. But hopefully, I hope that this build gives you some ideas, especially with landscaping, because each of these has a very different sort of approach to it. I mean, they all have the common factor of it being a sunken basement, but they each have a different sort of style to it, which should hopefully inspire some unique ideas from you guys as well. So around the back of this one. So this one, the middle one, like I mentioned earlier, is kind of, I guess, a semi, almost luxury inspired one. So around the back, we actually do like a little barbecue area here and add in a little sauna, I believe. I think we do a sauna and it has like a little sunshade over it as well. And I was trying to add it, as you saw there, I was trying to add in a basketball hoop, but there was actually just no room. It wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. But this one is where we add in the sauna. I thought it'd be super nice. Like imagine that, like you're sitting in there, you got this beautiful glass, you're in like basically in the forest, but you're in a sauna looking out. over this beautiful place, a beautiful landscape right there. And I think just tucking it away, making sure it sort of fits in a little bit better. Because the gardens are pretty limited in space. I mean, actually, to be fair, no, they're not. They're pretty big gardens, but because I put so much stuff in them, took up a lot of the space with foliage and all that, they feel smaller. Yeah, so this little section, I did like that kind of sunshade style thing here. And we're going to turn that into like an outdoor dining barbecue space, which I think is really, really nice. And also, I think it was something a little bit different because the other two, the other two had the main living space just outside of the house. I guess the main outdoor living space, I should say, just outside of the house, whereas this one's sort of around the other side. So I thought this was also something a little bit different from the other two. Didn't want them to feel like a copy paste of each other. They all had to be unique and a little bit different. So that's the barbecue area, which I thought was quite nice as well, because you sort of, because it sort of almost sticks out a little bit. It doesn't really, but it's just it's in line with the wall. So then you get a good view over the pool area, so you can see, keep an eye on the kids in case they're swimming there or whatever. Never let them out of your line of sight. This one was actually also kind of interesting too, because I wanted to do another sauna, but I thought this one can go underground. Boom! It actually goes underneath this whole area, which was a really different place to put it. And I thought it was kind of cool. So this one, like I said, this is the entertaining one. So this actually has we end up putting the basketball hoop on this one because there's a lot more room and it takes up a lot of space. And I thought it was be a good way for the kids just to have a bit of fun, and just, get some entertainment. I was trying to do the full-size basketball half court was way too big. And did I scale it down? No, I don't think I did scale it down in the end. I think I actually just changed it so we didn't have the large outer semicircle because it was just too big. I think because it has a different color of it that we can change. Let's say, yeah, that one there. Yeah, there you go. That's what I did. And then that little line on the top, classic. Don't ask questions about that one. Yeah, so then we're getting there. We're getting there with each of these. They're all starting to take shape and starting to get the character on each of them. So yeah, there you go. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, we've gotten to the point where I'm not sure what to talk about because there's so much going on. I guess I can tell you about. Oh, you should go. Yeah, actually, I mentioned earlier about my other channels, and I don't actually talk about the other channels that much, and I always get, not always, always is an overstatement, but like a lot of the time I get a comment on either this channel or my other, I guess you could say my other main channel, because I have two channels that I treat equally. This one here and my other channel called Flabaliki, which is linked on, if you go back to my channel page here, it's linked there. I treat them equally, even though they're much different in size. Like this one's like, what is it, like 3? No, it's not 3 times. Oh, actually it is. It's just under 3 times the size of the other one. I think. 3? Yeah. Just under or just over? Yeah, it's roughly 3 times the size of the other one. But you know what? I treat them each with the love and respect that they deserve, because, main reason being, because obviously this channel is all The Sims, but I am not a one game guy. I like playing lots of other games. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. Like, most people that play games tend to like more than just one game. Whether it be, I don't know, like The Sims and a city builder. In my case, I love playing City Skylines, or maybe you like playing a mobile game. Most people like playing more than one game. However, because this channel has always been built off of The Sims, obviously you're watching this channel because of The Sims. So that's why the other channel kind of, it existed. Now we're going into the history of the channels and why it exists. But this channel used to be a group channel, so there was a few people on it. So then the other channel was always my personal channel that I would do my own videos on. It was my personal one. This was a group one. But then this eventually just became just my channel because the other people left, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, then this was just a Sims channel. The other channel I used to play other games. So that kind of worked out that way. And I love it. I love it for the variety that it gives me. And it means I can do more stuff without sort of putting it on this channel and crowding everything in. But anyway, you should check it out because it's really cool. I don't know, where was I going with that? Yeah, I don't talk about it much. So I get people commenting on each channel saying, oh my God, is this the Sim Supply? Or like, oh my God, is this Flabaliki? I didn't even know you were the same channel. That's crazy. Yeah, so I look, to be fair, I don't actually mention it that much. So unless you do actually look at and if you subscribe to this channel and you only watch the videos that I post on this channel, like in terms of my content. You can watch other stuff too, but I mean, if you only watch the videos on my channel and you didn't ever go to any of my social media or even the channel page, if you don't go there, you wouldn't know that the other channels exist. So because it's not even in the end screen, really. In the end screen of the videos, I typically have a link to my website and then a couple of suggested videos and subscribe to my channel. And the link to my website, if you do go to my website, everything is there. You'll see all my other channels. You'll see my podcast. You'll see all my social media. You can find my subreddit, my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't even use Facebook. The Facebook is there. All it does is automatically post videos when a new video is live. So if you want that, I don't know. I don't really like Facebook, but I have it. What else is there? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I should mention my other content every so often. So there you go. It's because I ran out of things to say. You know what? That's the only time I mention my other channels is when I have nothing to say about this channel. How sad. Isn't that sad? No, not really. Anyway, so over here, I'm trying to do, again, getting the sort of natural transition between the really stark cutout, obviously sunken basement. I want it to look much more natural. Obviously, it's never going to look like flowing hills and terrain or anything like that, but we can try and blend it in visually at least, so it looks a little bit nicer. And I thought, because again, this is the entertaining / family home, this had to have the fire pit, so you could go down here, have a not a bonfire, it's definitely not a bonfire, but have the sort of camping ground fire pit. You know, you can is that the one you can grill fish on? Not grill, but cook fish on? I don't know, maybe. Anyway, I thought it'd be cool to integrate those benches with the rocks because it's got this sort of stone texture there. So it almost looks like you could sit on the stone, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's what I was trying to do with that one. And then I think I think I used chairs here. I actually spent ages. I remember going back and forth with chat on this one. We're trying to figure out what do we actually put there, because it's like, does this look good? Does that look good? No, that doesn't look good. Does this look good? It was a whole process of trying to figure it out. Have we even got to the party pool yet? Because I think that actually might be the very last thing I do. And I've been talking about it the entire video. So it better live up to your expectations at this point, because I've mentioned it so many times and we haven't even seen it. But we'll get there. So this one, I also wanted to leave a little bit of open grass space. So I think I actually left that one at that point. Did I do anything else? Because again, like the family sort of style one, so we got the basketball hoop there, which obviously takes up a lot of the grass space. But then we have a little bit of a lawn area just there to run around, which is nice. And then where is this? Did I just eat my own words and cover up the grass? No, this is the other house. Yeah, this is the middle house. Yeah, okay, good. I thought I just ate my own words. I was like, yeah, we wanted to leave grass, and then I immediately covered it up. No, this is different. So it's all good. But yeah, I think each of them needed to have, because again, this is a holiday destination at the moment, the way it's designed, it's in the forest, such a beautiful place that you got to have the outdoor areas to take advantage of it all. So it's kind of important that we actually have places to sit and hang out outside, because if you don't, then what's the point of going to these places? You don't want to be inside the entire time. Unless maybe you do, but I don't know. Probably not. You probably shouldn't be. Although, honestly, who goes outdoor? Who goes to Granite Falls that much in The Sims 4? Do you like? I feel like unless you need to go there to achieve the is it the skills? No, is it no? Is Hyperlist a skill, or is that a collectible, or is it both? I don't know. I remember I had to go there for the Super Sim challenge to get, it must be a skill. I think you need to go there to do that. Like that, I feel like that's the only reason you go there. Or you go there once to experience it, to have a bit of fun, because you got the hermit and that. It's fun the first time, but I don't think there's much replay value in outdoor retreat. It looks very nice though. It does look good. Anyway, so now going around and lighting up all these areas, because it needed to have, we needed the lighting. Actually, this was kind of difficult to get all the lighting in. Finally the party pool. Yes. So we finally got that, guys. For the longest time. So I thought this was really, really awesome. Having a DJ booth hanging out over the pool area. I thought that was such a cool idea. So I had a lot of fun doing this. And then, there's more. This is not the only thing that we do here. If you haven't seen this before, get excited, get hyped. It's coming at you. And I think I was testing this at this point, because I think there was a few things that I did here that actually caused it to break and it didn't work. And I think putting the walls around it actually made it not work, which is why you can see I'm doing some weird things right now in terms of trying to get to work. I think when I had a wall in front of it, it stopped working. So I was trying to use this sort of wall decoration as like the front panel. Because, I mean, we didn't need walls there, but it looked a little strange without, there was no wall there. You can see like it looks a bit weird. It seems like there should be something there. So I think in the end, even just that, and then that panel just went on the front maybe? Is that what I did? Because that DJ booth was a little bit different. I think it fit in a bit better. Yeah, that's good. So then we have this hanging out over the pool, which I thought was really, really cool. And I put a bunch of speakers around the place, which, I mean, are not speakers for the DJ booth, but we're pretending they are. Because we've got to have a lot of sound. And then, this is the other bit that's really cool. We go out into the middle of the pool and we do a dance floor. We do a glass dance floor in the middle of the pool. And so I actually do a room underneath it and put windows all around it. So it's like a glass box underneath. There's no way to get down there. I never got around to that point. But I think it'd be really cool to actually add a way to get into that glass room underneath the pool area. But that's pretty much all I did. So all the garden areas there. I think this looks really, really cool. And you can see I furnished a little bit of that house on the left just because I started doing it, but I couldn't quite get the right feeling. So I decided that I'd leave it up to you guys, which you can download this at the link in the description down below, or you can go to my gallery page, which is the Sim Supply, the same as my username here on YouTube, just without the spaces. You can download it there and check it out and modify it and do whatever you like with it. But I think it looks really, really cool. It was an amazing concept image by the original creators of it, which again, like I said, I've linked that down below as well. So you can go check out the original concept for this house, which I was inspired by. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun building this. And maybe, just maybe one day, I'll actually come back to it and build more. But look I think that looks so awesome, doesn't it? Like the 3 different gardens, they're all unique, but the actual buildings themselves are very similar. But I had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out some more videos on screen right now, but I'll see you next time. Check out my other channels, actually. Check out my other 2 channels, and have an awesome day.